What is going on, guys? It's Andy here. Welcome back to Painfully Honest Advice. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the top 10 stocks that are going to be a bargain right now. Now, while the market's been all over the place lately, and honestly, at this point, no idea when the market's gonna go up or rebound, but these are gonna be the 10 stocks that I believe that you can see at least a 100% return over the next 5 years. Additionally, I'll share with you guys my criteria and the things I looked at before deciding the top 10 stocks to add to this list. But hey, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below if you are new to this channel. And 5 years from now, let's come back to this channel and see if all these stocks did go up by 100%. Additionally, if you don't mind hitting the like button, as that really does help with this YouTube algorithm and get this video in front of more people. But guys, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Now, some of the things that I actually looked at before choosing this list of the top 10 stocks that are at bargain prices right now is I'm looking at stocks that have been hit by the pandemic. Some of these stocks are actually going to be hit huge with this pandemic, so I do see them rebounding and at least doubling over the next 5 years, if not growing more than that. Additionally, some of these stocks are going to be stocks that are actually hitting new highs. So these stocks are not going to be stocks that actually got hit huge by the pandemic, but in general, these are going to be stocks that I see climbing over time because they are basically future stocks that I see a huge growth potential for. And the way I looked at this is imagining 5 years from now, if I was holding one of these stocks, do I see the stock being at least double in its share price, or do I see the stock being down? So basically, in general, all these stocks are gonna at least double, so you'll see a 100% return on any one of these stocks. So if you invested $100,000 in one of these stocks, that is going to be a lot of money to invest in one stock, but you would see at least 100% return, so you'd have $200,000 at least in the next 5 years. Now guys, let's go ahead and jump into the first stock, and the first stock on the list is going to be Apple. Now Apple at this point is basically hitting new highs. They are one of the industry leaders when it comes down to the technology sector. Basically, if we looked at the performance of Apple for the last 5 years, they actually grew by over 180%. Now that is amazing. And with this company, I don't see them going anywhere but up, because Apple is one of those companies that basically sucks you into their ecosystem. So now, being on top of the technology sector and being the leader in their industry, I don't see Apple going anywhere, and I do see their stock price at least doubling over the next 5 years. Now my projection with this company is I do see Apple reaching $1,000 per share, and currently they're trading right around $360. So not a bad time to get into the stock, even though they didn't get hit much by the pandemic. Now additionally, Apple, as far as their brand value goes, is one of the top brands in the industry, and just their brand at this point is worth over $180 billion. Now let's go ahead and jump into the second stock that I do believe is at a bargain price right now when we look at the share price of the stock 5 years from now. So based on that, the next stock is gonna be Tesla. Now Tesla is the innovator when it comes down to battery powered cars and when it comes down to full self-driving technology. They are basically innovating the whole car industry. Now personally, when I look at the stock and I look at their price in 5 years from now, this stock is going to be a huge bargain. Now Tesla, if we just look at their stock price in the last 1 year, they've grown by over 400%. I actually wish I invested more money into this stock, and at this point they're starting to reach new highs. Currently the stock closed at right around $1,200 per share, but I wouldn't be surprised if the stock actually hit $5,000 per share. So with this company, I do see them at least having 100% return over the next 5 years. Now let's go ahead and jump into the third stock. Now the third stock that I do believe is at a bargain price right now is going to be Home Depot. Now Home Depot is a classic American company, and basically they have strong fundamentals, and they're a very strong company that I don't see going anywhere anytime soon because of the product line that they have. Now Home Depot is the industry leader when it comes down to home improvement products, and basically with a sector like this and with a product line of home improvement products, I can't see this sector and this product line go online anytime soon. Now, a lot of the industries that were retail industries have kind of gone online. A lot of people are starting to shop more and more online. And with Amazon kind of taking over the world at this point, a lot of these companies are starting to go ahead and see a decrease in their sale. And if we look at the current stock price, this stock is currently trading at right around $248 per share. But based on my projection, I do see the stock at least $500 a share over the next 5 years. Now, Home Depot, if we just look at their past 5 years, they have grown by over 100% in the last 5 years. But now just jumping into the next one, which is going to be one that I just mentioned as well, but the fourth one on this list that I do believe is going to be at a bargain price just based on the future projection of their stock price, and that is going to be Amazon. Because Amazon is one of those companies that I just don't see going anywhere anytime soon. They are basically taking over the world at this point. Now, Amazon stock is currently trading at right around $3,000. They haven't hit $3,000, but they're pretty close to it. I believe they're right at $2,800 per share. But if we look at Amazon, their stock price has actually increased by over 500% over the last 5 years. Now, currently, when I look at Amazon and I look at their share price, around $3,000 a share is pretty expensive. But I do believe that this stock will probably do a stock split in the near future here. But if they don't do a stock split, I do see the projection for this stock to go as high as $6,000. And I wouldn't be surprised if this stock actually started going into a 5-figure stock price. So I can see it go over $10,000 per share. And now just jumping into the fifth stock and jumping into one of the industry leaders when it comes down to the internet and search engine platform, that's going to be Google. Now with Google, they're basically the industry leader and they have the top search engine platforms, one of them being YouTube. Now with Alphabet or Google, they are currently trading at right around $1,500 per share. But because I don't see this platform going anywhere anytime soon, I do see the stock going up to at least $3,000 over the next 5 years. And based on the previous performance, this stock has grown by over 100% in the last 5 years. Now guys, before I go ahead and move into the next part and the next 5 stocks, I do want to go ahead and thank our sponsor for this video. This video was sponsored by Webull. Webull is a trading platform and they are a trading app that offers you 2 free stocks when you sign up with them. The first free stock is just for signing up with them, and the second free stock is going to be once you invest at least $100 into your account, but that stock will be worth up to $1,400. Now, I personally really do like Webull and use it myself, and they're basically one of the only platforms out there that actually offers you free paper trading as well. But now just jumping into a stock that has been hit by the pandemic, and the 6th stock on the list is going to be Disney. Now Disney is one of those stocks that definitely has been hit huge by that pandemic because they had to shut down their theme parks and they're not making as much revenue. Now Disney is currently trading at right around $112 per share. But if we look at their overall stock price since this company has started, this stock has a very good trend and they have been trending upwards. And just based on my projections, I do see this company climbing to over $250 per share over the next 5 years. So not a bad time to get into a stock that's been hit by the pandemic, as opposed to some of the other stocks that are kind of just leading their sector. This stock has been hit, so the price is definitely down right now. And just jumping into the 7th one that's also been hit huge by the pandemic, and that's going to be Carnival Cruises. Now personally, who does not like the cruise line? I love the cruise line. I've been on many cruises in the past. I've been on Carnival and Royal Caribbean's. And in regards to the cruise line, I believe when they come out of this pandemic, they're going to come out much stronger. So with Carnival Cruise Line, they are trading and their stock price is currently trading at right around $16 per share. But if I look at the stock price, they are down over 65% just in this last 1 year. So with Carnival Cruises, I'm projecting that this stock will be at least $50 per share. But even if I was to look at worst case scenario, this stock should double in the next 5 years. So I do see the stock going to at least $30 per share. And now just jumping into the 8th stock. The 8th stock is not going to be a stock that got hit by the pandemic, but this is going to be another stock that I do see that has huge growth potential for the future because they are one of the industry leaders in their sector and this is going to be NextEra Energy, and they're basically a utility company. Now, NextEra Energy is the innovator, and basically they're ahead of the curve when it comes down to solar and wind energy. So with NextEra Energy, if we look at their stock price, this stock based on the last 5 years has grown by over 100%, and currently they're trading at right around $246 per share. So over the next 5 years, I see the stock at least doubling, and I'm projecting that the stock will go up to at least $500 per share. But jumping into the ninth stock on this list is going to be another one that did get hit from this pandemic, and that is going to be MGM. Now, MGM is one of the largest casino companies in Las Vegas, and because of this pandemic, the stock did take a pretty significant hit. Currently, the stock price is trading at right around $16 per share, but I do believe it is a bargain price when we look at where the stock can be in 5 years from now. So based on my projections, and if we just look at their stock price, the stock was actually trading at over $30 a share just in the last year. And my projections on the stock for the next 5 years is I do believe the stock will be at least $45 per share over the next 5 years, and that's over a 200% profit that I'm expecting from the stock. And now let's go ahead and get into the 10th one. The 10th stock on this list that is also going to be another one that did get hit by the pandemic, and that's going to be Delta Airlines. Now, Delta Airlines is basically the industry leader in the airlines industry. So knowing the airline industry, and once we get out of this pandemic, everybody's gonna be traveling. I know I'm itching to travel at this point. So this stock did take a hit, and they're down about 50% at this point. And currently the stock is currently trading at right around $27 per share. But if we were to look at this stock, the stock was trading at right around that $60 mark just in this last year. So I do see the stock doubling over the next 5 years. And based on my projections, I'm seeing the stock go back to at least $60 per share in the next 5 years, if not more. So now guys, some of these stocks obviously got hit huge by the pandemic, and then other stocks are just the innovators, and I do see some of these innovative companies at least doubling over the next 5 years. So hopefully you guys like this list of top 10 stocks that are at bargain prices right now while we're still in the middle of this market crash. And let me know if there's any stocks that I did not mention that you personally like, that you see at least a double return over the next 5 years in the comments below. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. If you haven't taken advantage of 2 free stocks with Webull, highly encourage to get some free money. And if you don't mind just hitting that like button, that would honestly be highly appreciated, guys. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Painfully Honest Advice. But that's gonna be a wrap. I will see you guys at the next one.